I finally figured out a way to describe my mother, Sondra's personality. My mother was the kind of person who never really trusted exactly what was in front of her. Yeah, that's right. However, my mother swore by her own reflections on everything. She was very smart and, as far as I'm concerned, wasted a lot of brain power on analyzing the, excuse my English, analyzing the fuck out of everything. So I'll just tell you right now about myself, because you'll find out eventually, and it may help you understand why I needed to give my affect a limited enclosed range. How's that? When I was 14, my mother was beyond full-time in her career. She was very ambitious. She liked to remind me, now you're not illegitimate, Sonia. Your father and I were married. It's just that I decided I couldn't be married. And once I asked her, well, you couldn't be married or you couldn't be married to him? And she said, I could not, would not, cannot, should not ever be married again. He was also an achiever, very smart, but he was on the verge of turning 18, and there's no way he should have been messing around with me. And when you hear what happens at the end, then you'll agree with me. There is no way he should have been messing with me. And my mother was very unhappy about it. And then things got worse because it was a problem in pregnancy. I'm just not built right or something. Or maybe it was because I was 14 and I'm not built right. But for whatever reason, I needed care. I needed somebody to keep an eye on me. My pragmatic mother talked it over with the boy's parents, because I absolutely refused to have an abortion. And for all my mother's narrow-mindedness, she would never have made me get an abortion if I did not want to have one. And what they decided was, since my boyfriend's mother didn't have a day job, didn't have a career like my mother did, I would move in with them. I swear this is what happened. I am not kidding. Because my mother-in-law had been a nurse, and she would be able to take care of me probably in a better way than my mother, as smart as she was, ever could. I moved in with them, And all of a sudden, this boy that I'm so madly in love with changes overnight and starts bullying me and pushing me around and even slapping me occasionally. And I really didn't have to do anything or say anything for him to exhibit this aggressiveness towards me. I mean, I couldn't leave the house and still he was possessive. He finally took away my phone and my computer, and they were locked up if he wasn't at home and couldn't supervise me. And apparently he didn't trust his mother, and no small wonder, because what did I find out about 2 weeks, 3 weeks into being in this house with my boyfriend's family? The father treated the mother like the boyfriend was treating me. He had learned at the hands of the master, apparently, because I would see bruises on my mother-in-law, and it was a seamless operation. She never said a thing. She never even made up excuses like I fell down the stairs. That's just the way it was. That was the status quo, and I was just supposed to accept it, and like everybody else, I wasn't supposed to say anything about it. I'm my mother's daughter. Nobody ever pushed my mother around. Most people just don't fuck with my mother, excuse my English. And one day, I pack up a bunch of stuff and I tell him, I'm leaving. You can't treat me like this. And if you think that I'm going to let you treat me the way your father is obviously treating your mother, and he just started saying, shut up, shut up, shut up, and pushing me like this, shut up, shut up, shut up. And we were in the bedroom, and I'm like going towards the hallway, towards the stairway, so we're in the hallway, and he's pushing me down the hall, shut up, shut up, shut up. And I finally had enough by the time I got to the landing of the stairs, and I swung around somehow and yanked my backpack off my back, and the next thing I knew, it was hitting his head and he was tumbling down the stairs, and everybody in the house ran to see what had happened. And his father looks at him, feels for his pulse. But it was his mother who said, "Oh my God, he's dead." I don't believe that my mother is the only person who relies on reflections of her environment. The reflections that she relies on come from her. They're her interpretation, her analysis. I think there are way too many people who just don't take reality the way it is, and they either take, some of them create their own reflections of reality, but a lot of people, I think, especially in this age with the internet, a lot of people rely on other people's reflections of reality. If you're living through reflections, if your environment is reflections, and if those reflections are forming you, if they're shaping you, if they're affecting the choices that you make in life, if they're affecting your work, if they're affecting your happiness, are you really there? Are you more than just half there? Yes, I was cleared of it, but I wasn't innocent. Even if you're defending yourself, you hit a person, you strike that person, that is violence. And if the person winds up injured or, in my boyfriend's case, dead, even if you're defending yourself, you did that. You participated in that. You were part of that. That's reality. That's not a reflection. That's what really happened. And yeah, that's got my emotions in it, but it's not a reflection. And that's the way I like reality, straight up.